Drip, drippity, drip, drap, drippity, drip, drippy, drip, drapple. Hello, everyone. I'm generic Waffle. Welcome back to Resident Evil 4. That was so loud. Chapter end. All right. We last left off because, if I recall correctly, Ashley got mad. Ah, Static, my favorite person to talk to. My favorite TV show. Oh, you're not my favorite TV show.
We've jacked the line.
We
didn't want you telling
Jack
everyone
else.
any unnecessary information.
Well, just the basics.
So she fell into one of our wonderful traps.
Okay, so
We'll
the
make
thing
sure
about
we
traps
find her.
is you
And
gotta
let
make
our
sure not to fall in them
miserable
yourself.
insects out for some exercise down in the sewer.
Bugs
I look
in the
forward to
sewer.
our
I have
next
the
life.
equivalent of raid. It's very explosive raid. I fail to see how that didn't cause that to collapse. So real quick, this is the shooting range. We don't need to do it now, but I might do a shooting range compilation of like, oh, here is how you get the best score in the shooting range. We are now in the sewers though, everyone. So some things that have happened is that Ashley's now missing again. Last episode, if you were watching it, I said something to the effect of, we need to get Ashley and make sure we hold on to her. This was what I was talking about. Boom! I liked the like sound effects on this particular level a lot. There's also a song in that we first hear in the castle that I really enjoyed.
Silence.
I need to get a haircut. I'll tell you what, if this video gets 1 view, I will get my haircut at some point after releasing it. Is it this one? Tag, you're it. See, this I'm too good for this game. I am too smart. I am too smart for this game. Game. Lewis's memo. There are some parasites that have the ability to control their hosts. It's basic knowledge amongst biologists, but not much is known about how the parasites do it. Brody, I need you to watch this and tell me if any of this is true. Studying these parasites specifically might reveal some clues as to how the powers of the Las Plagas work, and perhaps provide more insight on the victims of Las Plagas. I think that means the winners. Anyone who subscribed to me from when I was doing Iowoki stuff, am I correct on translating this? Here's a list of some parasites that have the ability to manipulate the behavioral patterns of their hosts. Dick Rock Yolium. Dick Rockiolium. Brody, I'm gonna need you to say I need you to watch this. Once the larvae of this parasite migrate to the ant's esophagus, it alters the behavior of the ant. When the temperature drops in the evening, the infected ant climbs on the top of a plant and clamps onto a leaf using its mandible. It stays there immobile until the next morning, placing the ant where it's most vulnerable to be eaten by other browsing herbivores such as sheep. One could conclude that the parasite is manipulating the host's body to make its way into the body of its definitive host. Galactosinum. Galactosinum. The larva of this parasite makes its home inside the brains of fish such as the yellowtail and the parrot bass. After infected, the fish will make their way up to the water surface where they'll swim until they're eaten by seabirds. Once again, the peculiar behavior can only be explained by this parasite's desire to get into the bodies of the seabirds. Leucochloridium is probably how it's pronounced. The parasites, sporocytes, develop in the snail's tentacles. The sporocytes are vivid in color and pulsate continually, somewhat like a worm. Surprisingly, the infected snail makes its way to the top of the plant where it is most visible to the eyes of birds and therefore likely to be eaten once again by a bird. Parasites will complete the metamorphosis into an adult. Oh, there it is. Wow, I thought I killed it. Tag, you're it. I was just draining the water, don't worry about it. So this next room is a pain. It's a pain in the neck, pain in the butt, pain in the legs, pain in the forehead, pain in the brain. This seems contrived. Nailed it. Okay, good. Whew. I always get a little anxious there because I'm always worried I'm gonna mess that up, and then I never mess it up. Okay, new area. Hey, I got a present for some of you. Y'all like some high explosives? I love how it gets borderline silent there. And then it just goes ham on the volume. It's some really weird ambient music. Hi, merchant. Bye, merchant. This is my favorite song in the ambient song in the game. Castellan memo. For many years, the Salazar family has served as the Castellans of this castle. However, not everything is bright, for my ancestry has a dark past. Long ago, there once was a religious group that had deep roots in this region called the Los Illuminados. Unjustly, however, the first Castellan of the castle took their rights and powers. As a follower of this religion and as the 8th Castellan, I felt that it was my duty as well as my responsibility to atone for that sin. I knew the best way to atone for that sin was to give power back to those who we once took them away from. As expected, I took a little time, but we were able to rejuvenate the once sealed plague. With this success, as one step closer to the revival of the Illuminators. The reason why I released the plague from under the castle and gave them to Lord Sadler was not only to repay for the sins of my ancestors, but I felt certain that the Lord would make better use of the power and help save the world. To save those that have sinned with the power of the plague and to cleanse their souls, creating a world without sinners. The way it was meant to be. Once cleansed, they would become one of the many winners where they will find their reason to live. And after the Lord had succeeded in creating the world in which he has envisioned, then the sins of my Salazar family will be atoned for. This one gets weird. Move on, shall we? Oh. Ah, well, I should, I did not see you there at all. So right now, that door is locked, and the red guy, the dude in red robes, has the key around his neck, so I need to kill him before he gets down to that platform, because there is a minigun hidden in that platform. You shouldn't have been able to survive the first one, let alone this one. So I have this really, really bad tendency to kill everything around me before moving on, and while that's really, really fun, it's not conducive to a Let's Play. 1, 3, 2, 4. 6 people sacrificed. All right. There I go again with doing the killing of everything. Okay, so that's a security system that I need to deactivate because there's a button here. And when I press that button, it does that. And if you remember in the last episode, there was like this wall with a really weird cutout. I need 3 parts. I need goat, I need a snake, and I think a lion. And then if I can get all 3 of those, I can create this like medallion, and then I can get past that section. I just killed a lot of birds. Or they're sleeping. The birds are sleeping. I wonder what I could get if I speed ran this. So the maze I was talking about last episode is actually this. Oh look, more close quarters. It won't open. There's an indentation here. Quote, 2 moons make 1. So I need to find 2 moon-shaped things and then make them 1. And that's what this maze is.
Mr. Kennedy. Still alive, I see.
So, do you like my garden? I see you've managed to work in a little of your twisted taste here, too. Very alliterative. Sagacious as I am, even I get lost here sometimes. Even if it takes your whole life, you'll never get out. Do you know that no one dies without a cause? You will satisfy the stomachs of my cute pets. Okay, so I need to find those 2 moons. So it's weird because this was always the second one that I ended up getting. See, how could I have killed that dog if it wasn't even a physical damage and the gate didn't even fall? And here's the other. I didn't like this at first because you have to combine them first before you can use the key, but I get it now.
Put your hands where I can see them.
Sorry, but following a lady's lead just isn't my style.
Put them up now.
Wrecked. Gone. He's got a knife.
Bit of advice, try using knives next time. Works better for close encounters.
I mean, I've got a rocket launcher, and that seems to be working pretty well.
So it is true. You, working with Wesker.
I see you've been doing your homework.
Why'd you show up like this?
See you around.
Oh, good, a chapter end. See, this was what I was thinking about doing, because in the other video, I ended it a little early. But I think I could probably trim enough out to make it reasonable length.